Hello my viewers, welcome to Experience Abroad. So today we have a special guest, an amazing Kenyan woman living in Netherlands. She got an incredible, mind-blowing story of moving from grass to grace. You don't want to miss this. Please grab a cup of coffee or water and let's get started.
Won't you take me home? Give me with your fire.
Hello my viewers, welcome to Experience Abroad, a place where we give you all the information that you need to know about the latest news abroad. We have a lot lined up for you. Please stay tuned and thank you.
Give me with your fire. We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky.
Welcome back my viewers. Experience Abroad Show is a place where we bring you inspirational stories and experiences from our people living abroad. We also give you information on the latest news abroad every week. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So let's get down to business. Welcome to the show, our guests. It is great to have you over. So please introduce yourself, tell us your name, where you were born, and probably a little bit about your school life. My viewers, please help me welcome our guest to Experience Abroad Show.
Thank you so much for inviting me to your show. It's really a great show. So just to get into details, my name is Egla Salaton and most people know me as Egla Queens. I was born and raised in Kenya, and Kenya, that is Baringo County. I grew up both in Nakuru County and Baringo County. I went to school in Baringo, primary school. I went to Kisianana Primary, and then I went to Kapropita Girls High School. And later I joined Kabarak University. And here I am. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So we hear very little about Netherlands in Kenya. And probably it's because of the language, so most of the Kenyans prefer to relocate to English-speaking countries like the States and UK, Australia. So I would bet that less than 1% of Kenyan population knows someone living in Netherlands. So tell us why Netherlands, and are there Kenyans there? And how was it like settling there?
I love Netherlands, and if I'll be given a second chance to choose another country where I want to be, I'll still choose Netherlands. There are a lot of Kenyans here. Basically, Kenyans are spread all over the place. There are Kenyan communities. There are Kenyan in the north, there are Kenyan in the south, there are Kenyan in places like Den Haag, Amsterdam, Rotterdam. But I'm in the middle of this country. I'm between Amsterdam, Utrecht, and Den Haag, I will say. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so I will choose Netherlands over and over again. How I came here is a very interesting story. So while I was working in Kenya in the media, I was a sales marketing representative in one of the biggest media houses in Kenya. And at that particular time, I wanted to get out of employment and I wanted to do my own business. I felt I was ready for it, so I started my own company it's called Entrant Ventures, where I was doing marketing, branding, and just helping clients identify their niche at that particular time in Kenya. So while I was working in media, at the same time working on my company, I met a Dutch company. At that particular time, they were trying to venture into Kenyan market. So we met one time and we spoke a little bit, and they told me what they were looking for. And actually that was the last day. That is the most interesting thing. After they've tried for so many times, that was the last day that they were in Kenya, because they just wanted to leave that market completely. So I said, this is what I do, maybe I could help you. And that is how I met the Dutch company. And I signed a contract. My first contract was 6 months, and then later 1 year, and I started introducing their products to Kenyan market. So how I landed here is work brought me here, but love kept me here. So I'm saying that because my first ever international trip was because of business. It's my business which brought me to Europe, and I came here because of training. I wanted to learn about their products and things like that, and I ended up going to 5 countries after that, doing presentation, learning about the products. Actually, I still work with them once in a while, and yeah.
Wonderful, good to know. I know that there are many people watching us today and their dream is to relocate to Netherlands. And here in Experience Abroad, we are committed to give our viewers as much information as we can. And towards the end of this show, you're going to give us information about opportunities available in Netherlands for immigrants. How is the school system? Is the education affordable? And are there scholarships? But before that, I know that your story is one of resilience. Please tell us about it.
My story is a story of resilience because of where I come from and what I've gone through to be where I am today. And I want my story to be heard. I want someone who is in my place at the moment. At one time I was where probably they are, and I want them to learn something. So this is how my story is. I grew up in a very extremely poor background. I grew up in those families where everybody knew you will not make it because your parents are so drunkards. You're like basically no one is educated in your family. No one has ever been anything or anywhere. They will get to somewhere and then in Asia. So because of that, I was very hardworking in school. I really wanted to break the pattern. I wanted to break the caste, and I worked so hard, extra hard, and I was always either number 1, number 2, number 3 throughout. And I also went to school late because I hated to be sent home for school fees. And when I was in class 8, that's when now the reality chipped in, and I was number 3. I was called to Capropita Girls, a very good school, but we didn't have money. My parents had nothing completely, and my grandfather had 2 places. My grandpa is Maasai Kalenjin, so he was in Narok at that particular time, and he came back home and he paid for my school fees. How did he pay for my school fees? Because remember, we are poor, so he sold his piece of land for me to go to school. We are 8 children from my mama, and I have siblings, so we are a football team and a reserve. Yes, and we grew up really poor. We didn't have clothes. When people were going for functions, we used to go to our neighbors and ask them if they could lend us their clothes, and we will give them. Also the shoes. we were always not having enough food, not paying school fees. We were just, because my father was never there and my mother was the breadwinner. She was everything. We didn't have a nice house. And I remember we used to have a special thatched house, nyumba ya nyasi. And when it rains, we had one bed. So my mom's bed was there. And kuna jikoni, that was the kitchen, the small part of cooking. And I remember when it rained, because there was no enough grass, we had to move everything to the middle, my mom's bed, and my sister and I, at that time, we were young, we would sit on top of the kitchen and we put a lot of fire so that we try to, yeah. And when the rain stops, my mom will move back the bed and she will take the ashes and put it on the floor so that it can dry up, and then put whatever she has to put so that we can sleep on that wet floor. So it wasn't an easy life. It was tough. I had to mature her. My elder sister and I, we had to mature her. And I think at the age of 8, around 8 to 9, we were already independent. And when I say that, we were buying everything for ourselves. So my sister and I, we made sure, because we saw my mother was everything. So we thought, we need to help her. But we didn't know how. So we started doing manual jobs, things like that. So we buy ourselves books, we buy ourselves shoes, we buy ourselves everything we ever needed. So we learned to save money at a younger age. And my mother helped us by showing us how. And I say to my mom, because there were so many times we had rains, especially during the rainy season, and we had to always move back there. And then something else happened. We were always running away with my mom because of the abuse that she was getting from my father, because my father was never there, and when he was there, it was just beatings, physical abuse of my mom. And it was very traumatizing as a kid. And I saw what happened. So I was always with my mom. I was thinking, if I'm there, I can protect her. We moved from one house to the other. We went to all the neighbors. We went almost everywhere. And that was the most traumatizing thing. And I remember there was one time we didn't have a place to go. So we slept kwa boma ya mbuzi. I don't even know how to say it in English. And I say to my mom, we had a blanket. Always in the evening when we knew my father was there, we would always put the blanket outside in advance in case anything happens. And and I had told my mom, when I grow up, the first thing I want to do, I want to build you a house, like really good house, really amazing house. And I didn't know her. And this dream kept me alive. So when I finally got a chance to come to Netherlands, and the good news is I started building my mom a house. And I built a very beautiful house for my mom. And it took almost 1 year to finish because, of course, I didn't take loan or things like that. So I was chipping in every month. And I built my mom a 3-bedroom house, 2 toilets, 1 bathroom, dining, and kitchen. And it's so beautiful. And I love it. So that is a story of resilience, because when I look back from where we came from, it's just, thank God. Like, I'm just lost of words.
What a story. Thank you so much for sharing. I always ask these questions, this question of challenges, because I do not want our viewers to have surprises, because sometimes people can promise bread and butter, I always make sure that our viewers know exactly what to expect in the countries that they're planning to relocate to. So what are some of the challenges that you have faced as a new immigrant in Netherlands?
There are a lot of challenges as a migrant here because when you come here, yes, you have equal opportunity, but it's not easy to get jobs if you don't speak the language. So you have to learn to speak Dutch, and you have to also go back to school and do a course because the Kenyan university is not recognized here. If I have a degree from Kenya, if I have masters from Kenya, nobody recognizes that here. So as an immigrant, you have to basically almost start over. So if you come here and you expect to just get a job, I was working in media or doing this, then it doesn't work like that, okay? So those are some of the challenges that you face here. The second thing also as an immigrant is that you have no friends. It's lonely life. If you're scared of lonely life, please don't try this at home, because here you have to learn to be lonely. You have to learn to enjoy your own time alone because Dutch people are very closed. They're really, really close. It's not easy to break to them, so that even to get close to them. So you have to be prepared for that. And you will be treated differently sometimes, a lot of times. I've experienced that myself, and most Dutch people will not treat you like that, but other foreigners will treat you bad. So some people will judge you because of your skin, or they will just assume because you're black, either you're a cleaner or you're helping the whole people. They will just assume a lot of things. I have had to face a lot of things where I work because I get guests and they're like, where is the manager? Where is the owner? And I'm like, I'm the decision maker. If I can't help you, nobody else can help you. And they always like, they have that look like, oh, okay. And then because when they see me, I look like, I don't know how I look like to them. So they will still, I will say they will profile me because of my skin color, and probably, yeah. So that's the unfortunate thing of being a foreigner. But you've got to focus. You've got to push yourself and not be scared to do what you want to do. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing with us the challenges. Do you mind telling us what you are doing currently, and where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
What I'm doing currently is I'm working part-time. I'm not working full-time. Actually, right now I'm doing this interview in the resort where I work, because today is the day I work. So I got a job. I'm assistant manager. I love my job. I deal with clients every day. And I also still have my side businesses, and mostly I deal with clients directly. So I consult with clients and do one or two things. And I do vlogging on YouTube. And I am currently a student, and I'm graduating next year. So I'm going to be a counselor and also a coach. And where I see myself in 10 years, in the next, I will start with short term, of course. In the next year, I want to start building up my business on the coaching and counseling part. And in 10 years, I want to be doing my business, because the reason I did international is because I want to work anywhere. It can be remotely or physical and not be having issues. So by then, in 10 years, probably I'll be juggling between Kenya, here, and probably Spain, because we would like to buy a house in Spain.
Awesome. You're such an ambitious and an inspirational young woman. Thank you so much. I would not want to end this show, as I said, without asking about opportunities available in Netherlands. How is the education system? Is it affordable, and are there scholarships? Please tell us a little bit about that.
If you want to study in Netherlands, it's very possible, because here in Netherlands there are a lot of scholarships. I know I have Kenyan friends who came here through Erasmus, It's a university scholarship thing, and then they work with a lot of government and universities, and you can easily come here and study. So if you want to study, if you're really good with school, so get your degree probably, or your master's or your PhD. The Netherlands is very ideal for you. So yeah, it's possible to study here, and you will get full scholarship. Are school affordable here? I would say not quite. If the government can't support you, you have to pay everything. And then in Netherlands, there are things that you have to remember also. If you come here with your partner and your partner is not able, doesn't have a high income, the government will support you. It's called duo. So you can apply for the loan and you can go to school and you can pay later. But if you pass, if the Dutch government supports you and you pass your exams, you don't fail, they pay, you don't have to pay them back. So that's good thing about the Netherlands, okay? But if your partner has a higher income, for example, like my partner, we can't ask for loan from the government. They can't give us. But if you're with someone who is not able to support themselves much, of course it's a certain amount of money, then the government will support you. You will get a loan and you will study, okay? Yeah, so those are some of the things you need to know. Do your research about universities and things like that. I'll talk about scholarship on my YouTube channel, and go to my YouTube channel. You might learn one or two things. Yeah.
Wow, my viewers, you have heard. So for anyone that is planning or dreaming of relocating to Netherlands, so you know what to do, please visit Edgar's channel, as she said. So just mentioning your channel, please tell us a little bit about it.
What I speak about my YouTube channel is so I do vlogging about traveling. I love traveling. Oh my god, if you love traveling and you're watching this, please link up with me. Let's plan traveling. If you're in Europe, if you're in US, if you're in I don't know anywhere, let's go to where? Let's go to Bali. Let's go to somewhere. So I love traveling, and I have traveled to 32 countries. And I started vlogging last year because I thought, wow, everybody's always telling me, tell us stories, tell us. So I thought, why not share what I do? Of course, mine are not high-end classy pictures, but I love traveling. I share stories. I love going to cities. I've been to so many cities I can't even explain. And I love dining. I love food. So I share stories about my traveling experience. I share stories about 5-star restaurants. I share stories about local food. I share stories also about how I was treated, And I also talk about things like this, about everyday life, motivations, challenge people and influence other people. I also talk about entrepreneurship, that is money management, because money is everything. So those are some of the things I talk about on my YouTube channel. And I started doing interviews with people who got scholarship abroad. So I did my first interview last year, December, and I will be doing my second interview again very soon. So I like to, if you are a student who is abroad and you got a scholarship, full scholarship, I like to share those stories with other people who are interested in getting those scholarships. So that's what I do on my YouTube channel. And I'm also funny and fun, and yeah. How you can find me? Go to YouTube, Google Egla Quiz. I'm well known as Egla Queens on YouTube, Egla Queens on Facebook, Egla Queens on Instagram, Egla Queens on TikTok, Egla Queens in almost every platform, Twitter. I just use Egla Queens, and that's how you find me.
Awesome. I love traveling too, and my bucket list is still food. What are your parting shots?
Thank you for having me in this channel. I'm so excited, probably a little bit nervous, but I'm really happy. Thank you for having me. And for someone who is watching this, associate yourself with the people with right mind. Okay, know why you are here and focus on that and work towards it. And don't be scared to ask. You've got to learn to speak. Okay, because if you don't, you will not get help, because nobody will know you need help. And never give up in life. You've had my story. It is a story that was really challenging. It was tough to share some of those personal things, but I'm at it. I'm this happy. I'm smiley. I have really good relationship with my family. My mom has a beautiful house. I'm back to school and I'm doing what I love. So don't give up on yourself. Keep loving yourself. Now, guys, if you've watched until this part, please click that subscribe button, the notification bell, and share it with your friends, because this is a platform that everybody should know about. This is an amazing platform. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you so much for sparing your time to come to the Experience Abroad show. We feel honored even to have you in the show. I'm really inspired. I don't know about my viewers. Please write a comment in the comments box down below. Let me know what you feel about this interview. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to get in touch with me. You can write a comment in the comment box. And those who are planning or have any questions about Netherlands, please feel free to follow Edgar in her YouTube channel. Please, I know you will get in touch with her. She's going to answer your questions. Please subscribe to her channel, like, and hit the notification bell so you know when she posts the next video. We have a new video coming up soon. So please make sure, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.